and welcome to the final of the Classic Replica tournament. We have 8 replicas left in the competition, but only one will get to lift the trophy and become the Classic Replica champion. Let's see how they line up. First fight is Propeller Head and Mousetrap. Here's hoping they repair the damage in time for this. Then Mace against Thermidor 2 to determine which flipper gets to progress. Tracy and Bigger Brother will then fight in what sounds like an interesting matchup, and then the spinner of Topbot taking on the weapon synergy of Arnold A. Let the wars begin.
From Colorado, USA, Propeller Head.
Destroying everything in its way, that new blade is now the major threat in this show, able to take on any worthy machine.
From Oxford and Bristol, Mousetrap.
Repaired after the last encounter with a spinner and made the weapon more sturdy to deflect any attacks. It'll be looking to do exactly that here.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
In the quarterfinals, Mousetrap and Propeller Head. Mousetrap shoving Propeller Head away, but they've got that weapon up to speed. And another shove from Mousetrap. They are not scared of that propeller. More hits into the weapon, trying to break it off, but Mousetrap's still going in. They are not scared of that blade. And the weapon's gone! All the attacks! And there you go! Take it off! One of the supports! And then the blade gets thrown away by Mousetrap. Well, I don't want that anymore. Or don't need that anymore. The Propeller Head still has its weapon. And more hits into the sides, into the front. How much damage will they be able to cause? That polycarbonate armor is a worry. And Mousetrap is covered in polycarbonate, which means they must attack Propeller Head at the front. More hits. And more slams. And still underneath them. Making sure they are the dominant one in this fight. Propeller Head spinning up to speed again. Making sure they got a good couple of hits, and thus the pit going down. Another great slam from the two of them. And Mousetrap getting shoved back there momentarily. And that is those pieces of armor and robot all over the arena. Thanks to Propeller Head. Mousetrap getting destroyed here by the looks of it. Armor plating getting ripped apart and shoving Propeller Head away. Still pushing them back. You can see the arena is littered in parts. And the propeller is gone! The propeller has actually become a propeller and flying away! Mousetrap taking off Propeller Head's main weapon. So now both machines are left defenseless. There are now 2 push bots. And Mousetrap has the better push, it seems. And now they're shoving Propeller Head, and Propeller Head's in the pit! After all that work, Propeller Head couldn't get away, and Mousetrap wore them down and shoved them into the pit. What an amazing surprise that is! Mousetrap on to the semi-finals. What a machine!
Cease.
An absolute shocker as Propeller Head is defeated and sent into oblivion. Mousetrap is barely hanging on and in need of some major repairs, but they do stand victorious. While they try and find a spare shell, let's see the next fight between Mace and Thermidor 2.
From Costasy, Norwich, Thermidor 2.
The most impressive flipper we've ever seen on the show. The attack and speed this machine has shows they are really a tough opponent.
From St. Leonard's on Sea, Mace.
A fan favourite with its flail and its flipper, control has been its main strength thus far, and will need to keep a hold of it now more than ever.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Mace straight out of the starting position immediately. Thermidor getting shoved around by Mace. Again thrown over. But Mace has that flail, which didn't help them there. The flail helped them getting flipped forward. But now, tipped onto their top and over again. That flipper of Thermidor's is not to be messed with. Mace on their side. And then thanks to Thermidor, managed to get back on its wheels. Another couple of shoves. Mace has been in control of most of its fights and is willing to do the same. This time with Thermidor still flicking them over. And Mace still hunting them down. They did want that. They just got flipped onto their sides. And Mace has trouble self-righting. And Thermidor shoving them against the barrier. Not sure if they're wanting to try and get them out of the arena, or what their plan is. But they just give them a couple of shoves. Another flick there. And yeah, Mace is definitely not getting down from there. And they're being counted out. They did so well to get this far, but Control can only do so much. And it's Thermidor that moves on to the next round.
Cease.
Mace immobilized and out of the competition. The lobster goes marching forward. Time for Tracy and Bigger Brother to battle for a place in the final four.
From Chelmsford in Essex, Tracy.
Keeping it simple shows that sometimes a good drive is all you need to go far in this competition. The spikes have really been a great asset to them as well.
From Brighton, Bigger Brother.
Having trouble with the flipper after last time, but they claim to have fixed it. The solid shell ought to be enough to shove their way to victory.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
A flipper versus a machine that can run both ways up. The Bigger Brother going in, trying to flick Tracy away initially, and again! And Tracy shoving them momentarily there. Getting hold of them with those spikes. Being able to control Bigger Brother. Around Bigger Brother. Trying to get underneath them with that flipper. The only way they'd be able to beat them is if they beached them. Is what I meant to say. Still shoving each other, and now underneath! They didn't use the flipper, but still managed to push Tracy around. And Bigger Brother has been very good at pushing machines around, bullying them, but now going for the pit release. So does that mean there's something wrong with the flipper? They're trying a different tactic here. At Tracy, swinging around, end up getting shoved around by Bigger Brother. The push bot is the one being pushed here. As you can see, they are underneath, not using the flipper, so I think there is something wrong. They did have problems earlier when they fought Hypnodisc, so the chances is the damage has come across. They haven't been able to repair it properly. And both of them struggling against one another. The drive from both of them seeming very equal. Bigger Brother hunting Tracy down. Tracy shoving back. The Bigger Brother has the better push and chasing them all the way around. Now, what's the next plan? Bigger Brother trying to get Tracy near the pit. Tracy shoving them back. They don't want to get near it. But Bigger Brother a little too close there. Shoving Tracy away. And now holding them. Very tricky to say what they're trying to do, but Bigger Brother was too close to the pit there. Down to the last couple of seconds, it's been pretty even, I must admit. And now Tracy pin him. Bigger brother, hit the bigger brother, I've gone in the pit! They couldn't get away! Tracy at one side, the pit in the other! And trying to get away, they have fallen! Bigger brother out! Tracy the winner! Tracy stops Bigger Brother from progressing with a little help from the pit and move on themselves. Who will claim the last place in the final four? The disc of Topbot or the lifter of Arnold A?
From Clondalkin in Ireland, Topbot.
Devastatingly powerful weapon. The DC motor gives Topbot the power it needs to make it all the way. This machine could be the first spinner to win Robot Carnage.
From High Wycombe in Buckinghamshire, Arnold A.
Arnold is back and ready to terminate the opposition. Two weapons can be better than one. Now's the time to prove that statement.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Oh, did I see Arnold A move just before activate was called? Although mind you, against Topbot, that might have been the best idea. The Topbot getting up to speed, the axe down on Arnold A. Prevent them from breaking off the flipper. They probably need that flipper to actually beat. Oh! Topbot there, but getting swung away. Let's see what that's done there. Oh! Both of them swinging from the power of that disc. Another hit there from Topbot. And Arnold A. They've just thrown their shades away. The flipper is gone. Ripped off from the force of that hit from Topbot. And Topbot chasing them down. One weapon gone. One more to go. But Topbot managing to stop that disc. They've got the axe pinned in, stopping it for a moment, but now they've got the axe stuck onto the floor and they're an open target. Managed to get away, but Topbot took advantage of that. And now going in, hitting into the body of Topbot. Getting pinned in. And if they had the flipper, they could have ended it. But Topbot took care of that a little while ago. More hits. And the axe getting swung around. I think the axe is actually broken as well. More slams. They're trying to break the axe. Arnold A. getting wrecked here. But they're being very aggressive. They're holding Topbot in place. Trying to stop that disc. Although, mind you, bouncing off the walls isn't the best tactic. But they are trying to deflect that weapon. And it is somewhat working, but it's not being too effective. But I'll tell you what is effective. It's Topbot's disc. They are tearing into the body. Until then, Arnold A. got the axe stuck underneath the disc. Last couple of seconds. Going down to the judges. But Arnold A. doing well here. And this is definitely going to go down to the judges.
Cease.
Arnold A. ripped apart and barely recognisable without its shades. They lost on damage and aggression according to the judges, sending Topbot through to the final four. And here they are, matched up and ready to fight to be one step closer to becoming the classic Replica champion. Topbot is going back into battle now with Tracy, while Mousetrap has to deal with a lot of repairs before it's ready to take on Thermidor 2. Whoever wins this is in the grand final.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
For a place in the grand final, Topbot against Tracy. That disc bouncing off of Tracy. Tracy running away almost. And more hits into the side. Just bringing them in. They want to get to that final. But Tracy managing to get away and managing to deflect the hits. And now Topbot again pushed around by Tracy and pinned in, slammed against the side walls, again bullied around, pinning them in. Topbot can't get away. The spikes are placed perfectly apart, so they're able to hold Topbot's body. And there goes the pit release button. Topbot has just sent the barrel flying with help from Tracy, pushing them in. And the pit has gone down just a little bit. The Topbot trying to get into the circuitry of Tracy. They are a solid machine, so trying to get past won't be easy for them. And Tracy proving that, shoving them around and all the way from one end of the arena to the other. Hold them in place. You can see Topbot's wheels spinning. The disc up to speed. But Tracy refusing to let go. Until then, another couple of hits. Tracy, another slam off there, and Topbot's broken the pit release button. Topbot hits Tracy, bounce off, smashes the button, wrecking it, and they've just went over the pit. But the pit has been lowered. And yes, Topbot can't move. They are immobilized. They're stuck over the slightly lowered pit. They're being counted out. The wheels spinning. They are done for. Tracy, the surprise winner, move on to the grand final. I still cannot believe what's happened, but Tracy is now in the final with Topbot having to fight for third place. I've been informed that Mousetrap has managed to find a spare shell for this next fight against Thermidor 2, so let's hope it holds up and takes them to victory.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Who will be fighting Tracy in the grand final? Thermidor or Mousetrap? Mousetrap with that new shiny shell, ready to battle Thermidor. They're not giving Thermidor an easy challenge. Normally Thermidor can be more dominant, but the control Mousetrap has had has now gone. Thermidor found the catch point, got underneath the side, and flicking them nearly a full 360. And Mousetrap swinging the bar, trying to get down. What's Thermidor gonna do? A little shove there. Looks like they're trying to get them over. And now turn them on its top. Mousetrap isn't able to self-right from there. Will Thermidor try to get them out? No, they're just leaving them. Mousetrap immobilized, unable to self-right. They go into the playoff. Thermidor 2 is in the grand final. The Mousetrap is beaten, and Thermidor 2 is the machine who will fight Tracy for the title. But before that, we still have a fight for third place. Topbot and Mousetrap are going in one last time this tournament to battle for the bronze medal.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
For the bronze medal, Mousetrap is fighting its third spinner. It took out Disco Inferno, it took out Propeller Head, and now it's about to take on Topbot and managed to shove them into the corner, bringing down that bar, using it as an axe, sort of, and now Topbot going in for a slam. The Mousetrap's going to need to keep that control because Topbot has been able to come back strongly. A good slam there, and I think something's come off. What was that? It's the support from the Mousetrap bar. It is useless like it was previously. So that bar won't be able to be as effective as they'd like. But with the control they have, they don't really need it. Still bringing it down, stopping the disc of Topbot. Holding them in. And after 10 seconds, they must let go. They were reluctant, but had to. And now still chasing down after Topbot. More slams. Definitely not scared of that disc. They haven't been afraid of any spinning weapon at all. Mousetrap. Topbot still chasing them down. That was a great slam. Off the two of them. Mousetrap still holding Topbot. Disc spinning, wheel spinning. And that goes the bar. The bar has come off. Topbot ripping it away. And Mousetrap once again left defenseless. And now pinned into the corner. Topbot taking a chance. Gets some extra damage. And there's a split in the back. Another shove from Mousetrap. Holding Topbot. They don't want that spinner getting up to speed again. How much more damage can Mousetrap take? Learning from past mistakes and swapping out the polycarb for something a bit more durable. But Topbot is still able to break through. But Mousetrap still holding its own. Topbot getting pushed around. Last couple of seconds. Very, very close battle. Good back and forth fight. I would like to say who's going to win the bronze medal.
Cease.
A very, very close judge's decision, and indeed a split decision. And it might be controversial to some, but they've gone for Mousetrap as the third placed finisher. But Topbot should still be happy to land a fourth place finish. But now for the fight we've all been waiting for. 30 robots gone, leaving only 2 machines. Both have faced tough opponents to get here, and both are worthy of taking the title of champion. Let the Robot Carnage Classic Replica Grand Final begin. Tracy versus Thermidor 2.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
And so the grand final begins. The best pusher against the best flipper, and flipping Tracy over and over again. They are invertible, so won't worry them too much, but look at the flip from Thermidor. Flicking Tracy once and then twice. Back over, the right way up, and still getting shoved around. Tracy getting bullied here by Thermidor, but now shoving Thermidor away. And now Thermidor going in, and then flip Tracy out of the arena! Thermidor has won the Classic Replica Tournament! Getting Tracy into the side on one flip and sending the control pushbot out of the arena! Thermidor 2 is the winner! Well done to the lobster!
Cease.
Finishing how they started, by sending another competitor out of the arena. They threw every opponent they had over and out, and in doing so once more has earned them the title of Classic Replica Champion. Congratulations to Thermidor 2, winner of the Classic Replica Tournament. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the show. A massive thanks to everyone who helped make the show possible, the builders of the replicas, everyone behind the scenes, and you the viewer. And an even bigger thanks to all the Roboteers and teams who built the heavyweight icons of many a childhood. Thanks again. And before we end, I leave you with this. I've built so many replicas, they're spilling out the drawers. Thermidor is the best one. From the Classic Wars.